What's going on, Fragrant family? This is Tyler with Simply Fragrances, and today I'm bringing you some 10 out of 10 fragrances. That's right, I got 11 plus an honorable mention on here. So if you want to see what these 10 out of 10 fragrances, meaning these are perfect fragrances in my opinion, if you want to see what these are, be sure and keep it right here. All right, guys, welcome back. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to spend with me and watch this video. It really does mean a lot. If you guys like fragrances and anything fragrance related, this is definitely the channel for you. We do fragrance reviews, we do top 10, top 5 lists, we do tag videos, we do giveaways and everything in between. So if that sounds like something that fits your fancy, definitely go ahead and hit the red subscribe button. Really would appreciate that. If you've already subscribed to the channel, thank you so much for the love and support you are showing this channel. I do appreciate that. So guys, I got some cool stuff on here. So I've been trying to do this video for the past couple days now, and this is going to be my 10 out of 10 fragrances. Now let's all say that again with me. Mine, not yours, mine. My opinion, what these fragrances mean to me. These are my 10 out of 10 fragrances. So the reason I say that is because I want to definitely reiterate that if a fragrance you like isn't on here, I'm not saying it's a bad fragrance. And just because this fragrance is a 10 out of 10 for me, doesn't mean that it needs to be that for you. We all have different tastes and we all have different likes. That'd be like, putting, I don't know, 1 million people in one room and playing one rock song and expecting every single person in that room to love that song. You just can't do it. So that's the beautiful thing about fragrances. So, all right, really excited for this. And then guys, if you would, stay tuned at the end of the video if you want. I'm gonna put a little demo of one of our songs that we're putting on our new album. So for those of you who don't know, I'm in a Christian band, me and my wife, and our friends Austin and Jessica. We're in a band called Awaken the Bride, and we're kind of just an eclectic group, really. Like, we do some rock songs, we have some folky stuff, we have some more kind of poppy stuff, pop rock stuff, so some acoustic. So it is kind of everything in between. So if that sounds like something you guys want to check out and you want to hear what we sound like, be sure and stay tuned for the end of the video. I'm going to put a little clip down there, probably like a minute or so. It's just a little I guess guitar solo with some build up in a song that if you guys want to check out, be sure and do so. So let's go ahead and get into this. This is way too long of an intro video, and I'm also going to make this a tag video, so keep it tuned right here to see who I'm going to tag. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start with my honorable mention, and the reason why it's an honorable mention is because of the performance factor, the smell, the way it makes me feel. Everything about this fragrance is a perfect 10 out of 10 except for the performance, and that's the only reason why it is an honorable mention. But I wanted to go ahead and put it on this video because honestly, I'm kind of the face of this fragrance. I've had so many people say, every time I spray this fragrance, I think of you because you put me onto it. I put so many people onto this fragrance, so you probably know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Mont Blanc Starwalker, guys. I love this stuff. This is my jam. I love everything about this fragrance. It's super bright, fresh, refreshing. It's got this beautiful bamboo note in here. It's got some white musk, just some heavy citruses, some florals in here. It is just the quintessential perfect spring and summer fragrance. Only bad part is you're only gonna get about 3 to 4 hours, but if you spray it heavy, I mean, you're gonna get a little bit longer. But I love this stuff. To me, personal feeling, how it makes me feel, this is a perfect 10 out of 10. So that's why I wanted to put it on here, even though it does suffer from performance issues. I had to go ahead and put it on here, guys. Mont Blanc Starwalker is the honorable mention. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get into the actual list. I tried really hard to keep it 10, but there was just, I had to get 11 in here because there's just one fragrance that I could not include. So let's go ahead and get into this. So these are in no particular order. So, I mean, these aren't ranked or anything like that. These are all perfect fragrances in my opinion. So that's why they're on here. So what I wanted to go ahead and put on here was just a quintessential spring, early summer, and fall fragrance. Like, it just, this fragrance it just makes me think of early spring, whenever the flowers are starting to come into bloom, the trees are starting to, you know, bud again. You can start to hear, you know, birds chirping, you know, stuff is just coming alive again. And this fragrance, it really does it for me, guys. This is Bond No. 9's Bleecker Street. I'm also kind of the front man for this fragrance. I talk about it quite a bit. Not a lot of people do, but I love this stuff, guys. If you've been a part of my channel for any length of time, sorry for the airplane going over, but if you've been part of my channel for any length of time, you know that I just love this stuff. The blueberry in there, the oak moss, the vanilla, the cinnamon, it's so beautiful. I love it. That's why it's on this list. All right, guys, so we are at the next spot, and I do want to apologize again. The cicadas are just blaring, and I can't really help that. So if you hear those in the background, I really do apologize. Here in the South, they just go all summer long, and it's really, really annoying, so I do apologize for that. But coming in at the next spot, I wanted to, guys, I love the note of tobacco, and so I wanted to show you what my favorite tobacco fragrance is. I love this stuff. I don't think there's another tobacco fragrance that it quite does it like Parfums de Marly Herod. I love this stuff, guys. In the fall and winter time, I wear the crap out of this stuff. I put a pretty good dent into it last fall and last winter. I just love this stuff, guys. It's got this caramel sweet honey tobacco. It's just the perfect fall fragrance, guys. I love this stuff. It makes me think of just being on like a hayride in the fall time. You got like a nice warm sweater on, or like a flannel t-shirt, something like that. You're cuddled up next to your significant other, and you're just going through this hayride, and you can kind of smell the hay and the tobacco, and it's just, guys, it's just amazing. Parfums de Marly Herod. If you guys haven't tried it, I don't know what you're doing. You need to get your nose on it. All right, guys, so coming in at the next spot, just want a fair warning, I'm a huge lover of like the fall and winter fragrances, so you're gonna see a lot of the, you know, heavier style fragrances on here, so just a fair warning, just wanna let you know about that. But this one is super special to me. The name honestly really suits it. I save it for, you know, special occasions in the fall and winter. For those of you who've been on my channel for a while, y'all know that I celebrate the feast days in the Bible, and the fall feasts are my favorite, and so I wore this one, I want to say, I think 2 out of the 3 that we celebrated last year in the fall. And the name, like I said, it suits it. The blackberry and honey, guys, it is just amazing. This is Amouage Jubilation 25. I love this fragrance. I wouldn't change a single thing about it. It is very rich and very thick, very heavy, but it just has this elegance to it, has this class to it. You mean business when you wear this stuff, guys. Kuba knows, he said you kind of smell like a sultan. You just smell like just royalty, and I couldn't agree more, guys. Jubilation 25, it works for me. The blackberry really plays off my skin with the honey and incense. There's some oud in here, some warm spices. There's just a laundry list of notes in here, but guys, Jubilation 25, I love it, love it, love it. All right, guys, kind of keeping the Middle Eastern theme here for a second. This is the only decant that I have, but I'm definitely getting a full bottle. You know, just gotta wait for some stuff to kind of fall into play, but guys, this stuff is just absolutely amazing. I love this. It smells like the Moroccan desert, like a warm Moroccan spice market. So you probably guessed what I meant, or what I'm talking about when I said that. But this, guys, it is perfect. I love this fragrance. I love the way it wears on my skin. I love the way it makes me feel. I just feel just luxurious, like royalty, kind of like with Amouage. But I love this stuff. This comes from the house of Annie Towers, and this is L'air du Desert Moroccan. Sorry if I mispronounced that, but this stuff is just absolutely amazing, guys. If I can get this cap off, man, that was on there. I just love this stuff, guys. Just the oak moss, the cinnamon, there's just different spices in here. There's oud, there's all kinds of, just a hodgepodge of stuff that is in here, guys. But it honestly smells like just the warm desert sand, you know, that's blowing through a warm just spice market. You get all these different spices with the hot desert sand. Guys, it's just amazing. It is another perfect fall and winter fragrance. Even into maybe the early spring, might seem a little bit misplaced there, but it definitely just invokes fall and winter. Like I said, you're gonna see a lot of those on this list because that's the fragrances that I gravitate towards. But guys, Annie Towers L'air du Desert Moroccan, guys, it's perfect. Love this stuff. Definitely get the full bottle. Just gotta get my hands on it. All right, guys, so coming in at the next spot, this is pretty much one of the only freshies on here. So, I mean, it's not that I don't like freshies, I love the dark, rich, complex fragrances, but this one is definitely very fresh, light, powdery. Some has labeled it the perfect office fragrance, and I definitely would agree. This stuff is amazing. I've gotten one of the most interesting and just funny compliments that I've ever gotten while wearing Prada L'Homme, guys. I love this stuff. This is amazing. Shout out to Ross at TLTG for making me get this. He didn't actually make me get this, but we were talking about this, and he says that it's his happy fragrance. He just feels so happy, and it just puts him in a great mood when he wears this stuff, and I couldn't agree more, guys. Just very light, powdery, refreshing, very iris-based fragrance, but it's still refreshing, perfect for the office, perfect for date nights, perfect for even like, you know, brunch or lunch dates, stuff like that on Sunday afternoon, guys. This stuff is amazing. Works really good all year round, honestly, but it really does kind of invoke more of a spring and or fall type of vibe, just because it is just a little bit, you know, on the powdery thick side, but guys, it's still refreshing. Prada L'Homme, if you guys haven't got this stuff, man, you guys really need to get it. All right, guys, so next on the list, if I were to say date night fragrances, what immediately comes to mind? Probably a couple, but I guarantee you at least someone out there definitely had to think of Dolce & Gabbana, the one. Guys, I love this stuff. This is the EDP. I do prefer it over the EDT. This one just lasts a little bit longer, a little bit darker, more rich. Guys, this stuff, it is the quintessential date night fragrance, guys. It doesn't really get much better than this. I mean, look at that juice. It is just dark and seductive as the juice is. This stuff is amazing. You got the tobacco in here. And honestly, I've been kind of training my nose on this one because they said that there was basil in here. And now that I have really picked up on the basil's actually kind of become one of my favorite notes. It just really ties everything in, and it works, guys. But Dolce & Gabbana, the one EDP, I know some people say they don't get the best performance off of this, but guys, I'm getting 8 to 10 hours plus on this, especially depending how much I spray. This is a definite go-to in the fall, winter, and even into the early spring for date nights. My wife loves this stuff. I love this stuff. You can see I've put a little bit of a dent into it, and for how many fragrances I have, that's saying something, guys. This is amazing. I love it. Warm, honey, sweet tobacco, basil, kind of spicy. Guys, this stuff is sexy and seductive. Dolce & Gabbana, the one, EDP. All right, guys, so what list of mine, honestly, would be complete if I didn't have some barbershop fragrances on here? Y'all know me. If you've been a part of my channel for any length of time, you know that I love barbershop fragrances. They just really resonate with me. I don't know what it is about them, but I love them. So definitely got a couple on here. And the one I want to talk to you guys about, this stuff is amazing. Shout out to Corbin at Northwest Scents for putting me onto this. This is Tom Ford's Beau de Jour. I love this stuff, guys. This is amazing. It has that classic barbershop fougere type of feel to it, but it does have kind of a modern twist to it, in my opinion at least. The oak moss is super creamy. Excuse me, super creamy and super woody on here, so it doesn't have that maybe as brash or sharp of a, you know, opening as some of the you know, barbershop fougere fragrances, you know, from back in the day. This one, it does open up very smooth, very creamy. It just had that oak moss in here, guys. It really does it for me. I love this stuff. This one definitely had to be on the list. Tom Ford's Beau de Jour, perfect 10 out of 10 for me. All right, guys, like I said, I do have a couple freshies on here, and you're probably surprised I haven't talked about this yet, but y'all know me. Y'all know I'm a huge fan of the House of Creed, at least from their older batches, and guys, this is no different, man. It had to be on the list. I love this stuff. This was just a quintessential fragrance that I had to have for me in my own personal collection, guys. This is Creed's Aventus. I love it so much. I got 4 backup bottles, different batches. I love it. This is a 19P01. This is actually my first Creed Aventus that I ever had, and it's just so fresh, so fruity, so just pineapple heavy. In the opening, you get, excuse me, pineapple and green apple, and this one in the opening. And as it dries down, you do get, honestly, I guess maybe since I've smelled so many rose fragrances, I'm really picking up on rose in this one. In the dry down, you get that rose and black currant, some of that smoky tones in here, guys, and it is just absolutely amazing. It makes me think of summertime. It makes me think of just being in a good mood, honestly. I love this stuff, guys. I know that, you know, Creed has, you know, suffered from performance issues, and they don't last quite as long, and, you know, the little water watered down. But honestly, if you do your research and you look for the right bottles and stuff like that, you can still definitely get good ones. So Aventus definitely had to be on the list. All right, guys, so we are coming in at the next spot, and like I said, I had a couple fougères on here, I had a couple barbershop fragrances. That's just who I am, and this is the other perfect 10 out of a 10. This is my favorite barbershop fragrance. Honestly, this one and Tom Ford, sometimes they kind of interchange just depending on my mood and, you know, maybe just the week or the day. I don't know, maybe I'm feeling that one just a little bit more, but I always come back to this one, and I think this one will always be my favorite, guys. This is Gravitas Pour Homme, perfect 10 out of a 10. Wouldn't change a single thing about this fragrance. I love this stuff, guys. It's so flipping good. This, to me, it screams spring. Like, I love this. Just super bright, fresh, and creamy, very bright, fresh citruses in the opening. You get this creamy lavender with some oak moss and some vanilla. Guys, this stuff is it's so good. I love this stuff. I gotta smell it one more time. I love this stuff. It'll always be in my collection. Guys, Gravitas Pour Homme, what more to say? Perfect 10 out of a 10, at least in my book it is. All right, guys, so we're down to the last 3 fragrances. Thank you so much for sticking around this far. I do appreciate that. And guys, in my opinion, I think that every man should have a great leather-based fragrance. Leather is just one of those fragrance notes that, in my opinion, it makes you feel more just masculine. It boosts up your confidence. You just feel like a boss, feel like a CEO. And guys, this is my favorite leather fragrance. This is Parfums de Marly Godolphin, and I love this stuff, guys. It's got a gold bottle for a reason, in my opinion, because this stuff is just gold. It makes you feel just confident and sophisticated. You get like this boss CEO status. Whenever I wear it, I just feel so confident. I've gotten so many compliments on this stuff, guys, especially in the winter, guys. This stuff, it screams off of my skin. But with it being a leather fragrance, sometimes you might think of a leather fragrance being just a little too rich and thick. This one, I don't know how they've done it, guys, but this is a very light, like, I don't want to say crisp, but just a very light, smooth, creamy leather, but it does have a bit of a citrus note in there. It doesn't say raspberry, but honestly, I pick up a very strong raspberry note in here. So I do often compare this to Tom Ford's Tuscan leather, but I think this is better. I think it's more smooth, more well-rounded, and I think it's just a little bit more youthful. Guys, I love this stuff. Parfums de Marly Godolphin, perfect 10 out of a 10. All right, guys, so like I said, I'm gonna have a lot of fall and winter fragrances on here. That's just because they're my favorite, like, just notes in here. I just gravitate towards them the most. But this one, guys, this is no exception. I love this stuff. This is one of the newest ones in my collection. I love this stuff. It got delivered last week. I actually liked it so much that I had to get a backup bottle. This is one of the Z Creator fragrances, and I love this stuff, guys. It is just so captivating. Guys, this is the Siren, and just like I said, I had to get a backup bottle. So this stuff is amazing, guys. They're going fast. If you haven't got your nose on it, definitely get a sample of it, get a full bottle, whatever you got to do. If you like fall, winter, just boozy, sweet fragrances, you guys got to get this. So like I said, it's going to open up. It's got this super, not like obnoxiously sweet, but this very sweet, boozy cognac opening, guys. And then the mid, that's I think my favorite part of the fragrance is the mid, because you get the almond in here, you get this dark chocolate accord that comes out, and you get this ginger that just kind of ties everything in, gives it more of a spicy note, but that cognac really stays through the life of the fragrance, and you get this boozy tone that is just absolutely amazing. I love this stuff. This is honestly one of the most beautiful fragrances that I've ever smelled. I don't know what that stutter was about. That was weird, but this stuff, to me, perfect 10 out of a 10 fragrance. The only thing that I don't like about it is the fact that where I live, I can't wear it year round, because this stuff is amazing. Like I said, one of the best fragrances that I've ever smelled, like, period. Love this stuff. The Siren, get it while you can. All right, guys, so we are at the last fragrance. Thank you so much for sticking around this far. I do appreciate that. Like I said, these are in no particular order. This one also just happens to come from the house of Zaharoff. Guys, I love this stuff. There's not too many fragrances out there that actually make me feel sexy. Like, I actually feel sexy. Like, it's not just my confidence is boosted. Like, I feel genuinely sexy when I wear this stuff. I love this. My wife hates it. I wish she didn't, because this stuff is just absolutely gorgeous, guys. This in my opinion, is the perfect rose fragrance. So you already know what I'm talking about, but this is Zaharoff Signature Rosé. I love this stuff, guys. It is super amazing, guys. Super just heavy on the rose, but at the same time, there's this light, refreshing quality to it while having this depth and richness to it. It's just one of the most fascinating fragrances I've ever smelled, guys. I said in my review of this, it almost kind of has like this juicy quality to it, and there's no fruit in here by any means, but it's the sugar crystals that mixes with the rose and some of the other notes in here that it just kind of gives it this juicy quality to it. Guys, it is amazing. Love this stuff. It is a bit, you know, more expensive than the other Zaharoff fragrances, but it's because the quality that went into that, the rose notes that went in here were some of the best in the world. So like, this stuff is absolutely gorgeous, guys. If you haven't got your nose on it, definitely give that a shot. Even if you don't like rose fragrances, I guarantee you this will change your mind. Guys, it is amazing. So those are all of my top 10, I guess actually I said 11, but I think I have 12, so maybe I can't count. But those are my 12 10 out of 10 fragrances. All right, guys, so like I said, I'm gonna make this a tag video. So I'm gonna tag a few people, but then I'm also gonna have an open tag because I wanna see what other people would have. So the tags I'm gonna get out of the way. Dave, Cali's Groom Room, you're tagged. John Morrell, you are tagged. Corbin Northwest, you're tagged. Trey Sense, you are tagged, my dude. Let's see, Heathen Sense, you are tagged. I haven't seen anything from you in a little bit. So you were tagged. JP Frags, you were tagged. Mike from the Fragrance Wardrobe, you were tagged, my guy. I know you got some good stuff. Hugh Fragment, I haven't tagged you in a little bit, so if you still watch this channel, you were tagged. And then yeah, I think that's gonna do it. Yeah, so I've got quite a few tags there, but I'm also gonna leave this as an open tag. If you see this and this interests you and you wanna go ahead and do it, I'm also tagging you. So open tag along with the people that I've already tagged. So actually one more, I'm gonna tag Russell Mack, you are tagged. So Russell Mack at Solomon's Vineyard, you are tagged. Other than that, open tag if you guys wanna do it. Please feel free to go ahead and do it. So that's gonna do it, guys. Like I said, stay tuned after this part. I'm gonna leave just a little clip of you know, our band, one of our newer songs. You know, I don't know if I'll have a video to it or not. I'm just probably gonna have the sound on there. So if you guys wanna check that out, be sure and listen to that after this video is over. But that's gonna do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Comment down below, what are some of your top 10, I keep saying top 10, what are some of your 10 out of 10 fragrances? Which ones do you just really love? Which ones do you think are perfect? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. I'm gonna catch you guys next time. And remember, if you love it, wear it.